What is up, tractor lovers? This is Jason with For the Love of Tractors, and I am here taking a look at my Steiger Lion 1000. Both of them. Actually, I've got a bunch of these that I've made over the years, but we're going to take a look at these two specifically today because you guys asked for it, and I'm always happy to talk tractors. So, let's talk tractors, y'all. Alright, so Steiger Lion 1000. I guess first and foremost, we should talk about the real one, which was made in the mid-1980s, 1986 to be exact, and they had a 375 horsepower, 14-liter Cummins motor in them. Now, you could get a Caterpillar motor, which was a 14 6-liter. I've never seen one of those in real life, and so that's kind of the theme of these Steiger Lions. Is I am kind of basing this off of a couple local ones that I was lucky enough to see a very long time ago, and long enough ago that I don't have digital pictures of them. So I got into a discussion with a fellow toy collector of mine, and he said, shouldn't your Lions have the sloped hood with like the extra cowl up here with the vents on the side? And I said, no, that's the Panther, like the KP 1400, and the others, that was it, like a 1325 or something like that. And he said, no, I think that's the Lion. So we went researching, and it turns out we're both right. So the Panther had that, and I'll tell you what, give me a second. Sorry about the noise and lack of whatever. So there's the Panther with the vents and all of that. So that's what he was talking about. So upon sort of further research, it turns out that there were Lions with this hood, and there were Lions with that hood over there. So there you go. And I honestly don't know the difference, and it drives me nuts, and I've tried to look into it, and I don't know of any like definitive Steiger history book or website. And so if somebody's got one of those, let me know, please. I want it. I'm obviously a big Steiger fan. As you can see, there's even some green Steigers in the background there, so I like Steigers. I've got a couple dozen of them. So I had originally built these for my old model farm, which was modeled off of a 1990s farm that was, reasonable size, let's say like 2 to 2,500 acres, but didn't have like the greatest, most modern of everything equipment. So they were farming with 10-year-old Steigers because they're such workhorse and beasts, and you still see these tractors around today, some. So, that's kind of the idea here. Anyway, now, if we're going to get into it real quick, and I'm sorry, I'm already almost 4 minutes into this video, so I apologize, I'm blabbering. But, so I did one with duals. So, these duals came from Denny and his Shapeways stores, like Harvester, and some numbers that I probably should have looked up before I did this video. And these are cool. These are super cool treads. I like those. They're awesome for like a big tillage tractor. This is 375 horsepower. This is, big tillage. And the problem is they're $40 for what you see there. And that's a lot of money. And so that makes that tractor pretty expensive. And it also kind of ensures that that's the only tractor those tires will ever go on my display. And I'm not complaining, he's got to make money. He's got design time in it and all that stuff. So I'm not griping. It's just, I splurged once so I could have that. And that's going to be it. So, anyway, so I did the side rail. I did the rails here. You can see this is a lot of hand-built, a lot of scratch-built stuff. So it's not perfect. It's not super crisp handrails and all that stuff. My hand has a little bit of arthritis in it, and so I kind of struggle sometimes with details. I just do. It's just the way it is. I'm getting old. Now, I put the flasher bar back here, and a lot of people said that doesn't come on those tractors, and they're correct. It doesn't, and I knew that when I put it on there. I did it thinking as maybe the farm had to do some road travel to certain fields, maybe on the highway, where they wanted extra safety, extra visibility, so the farm added those flashers to the tractor. I feel like we've done that personally on tractors before. We did it on some of our older New Holland tractors, like our 9882 and 9384, just for extra safety. So, safety first on the farm, that way you can live to farm another day. Anyway, and on the exhaust side, I did a chrome exhaust because, maybe the original had rusted out and needed replaced, and what the heck, I thought it would look good, and it did. So, and of course the back has my, what I call realistic hitch. I mean, obviously, it's some styrene sort of, I don't know, not chiseled, cut and filed to, make some roundness and size and whatever. So that's kind of that. That's a quick look at that tractor. And then here is Lion number 2. Now, Lion number 2 has triple tires on it. And those are, I believe, 18-4/38s. And don't quote me on that one because it'll be wrong. But that's what I put on there, I think. And those wheels are mine. They are essentially, you can see there's not a whole lot of detail to them, but what they are, they're basically 3 different sized brass tubes that I slid into each other to give it sort of a banded dual look. I think if I were going to do that today, I'd probably detail it out a little more, maybe put a planetary way back in there. Maybe, no, probably not, but I'd detail it out a little more. But they worked for the time that I did this. I mean, I've had this tractor several years now, and this was the, I want to say the third Lion I did. The first being a long kit Lion. I think the second one was a long kit Lion as well. And then this one I had to scratch build because when Brian Long kind of got out of the toy making business for a little bit or whatever, and I needed more Lions for my display, so I had to come up with my own. So when I say scratch built, so what did I do? Both of these tractors, I used, this is a Scale Models frame. It's like the Scale Models Case IH tractor, whatever those are, 90 whatever 30s. So the frame and then the cab rails and the cab top are all from that Scale Models tractor. Everything else, though, the hood, the rear end, the rear fenders, this whole side thing, I rebuilt those from scratch. Now, you can use the Scale Model sides on both sides, and you're pretty darn close to what it would look like. The rear end on Scale Models is way off, and the hood is, I don't want to say way off, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty far off. So I always prefer to sort of remake those when I get the chance. And since I'm, I think I'm done building Lions, I've got everything I need for my display. As far as those go, I don't have to build anymore. Yay! So, and you'll see more about the display down the road. And then so on the back side of this tractor, again, this I just did a flat hitch on. I guess I need to probably make that a little more realistic, kind of bring it up to my 2017 standards, if you will. And then I painted it silver to look like there's a little hitch wear there on it. So, and then, again, the rails, the lights, kind of the standard fare. I put cab glass in both of these, of course, because, it's an important detail. Cab glass, full interior, things like that. Just makes it look a little nicer. And then I did get the stripe to go around the door. This is my own decal. Didn't turn out that great, to be honest with you, but it works for that tractor. This is, I can't say whose decal that is because, I don't think you're probably supposed to make Steiger decals, but that is someone else's decal that they made for me, and it looks pretty darn good, so they're a little better decal maker than I am. On this tractor, we did more of a straight pipe, and then we just did the straight in exhaust, and I think this is actually the more accurate exhaust than on this one, but that's kind of a fantasy piece, if you will. So, anyway, hope I didn't bore you too much with my Lion video. And so, one more thing, I guess, before I get off here, as we approach 10 minutes on this video. If you're wondering, does this tractor look a different shade of green than this tractor? Yes, it does. And that tractor is even different yet. And so you might be wondering, what the heck is up with that? Well, what the heck is up with that is these all came from the Case IH dealer. They're whatever Iron Guard paint, and they're all supposed to be Steiger green, and they all have a different shade of green to them. That drives me nuts. And even if you look back at my 620s back there in the shed, they're just a slightly different color yet. I, I don't know. That's the trouble with painting Steigers up is you like I said, they all came from the dealer. They all say Steiger green paint. They're all just drives me nuts. Anyway, as always, guys, really appreciate you watching. Please like and share, comment. Tell me what you think of these tractors. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What would you change? Do you like the duals? Do you like the triples? Let me know. I love hearing about that stuff. That's the whole reason we do this, is so we can talk tractors. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night. Happy tractor hunting.